Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to 2nd PUC English online class. In today's class, let us read the 5th lesson. That is not a lesson but it's a play. A Sunny Morning by Serafin and Jacquine Alvarez Quinter. So this is a play, and in this play we can see meeting of the two old lovers after a long time. It's a beautiful and funny play you can enjoy while reading, and while acting also you can enjoy. So Serafin and Jacquine, they were Spanish brothers known as the Golden Boys of Madrid Theatre. They were celebrated playwrights of the early 20th century. Together they wrote about 200 plays which depict the life, manners and speech of the people of Andalusia in southern Spain. Their popular comedies, many of which have been translated into other languages, contributed to the revival of Spanish theatre. The Flowers, The Merry Heart, 100 Years Ago, The Galley Slave and Apple of His Eye are some of their popular plays. Dear students, in this play, nothing much to explain, but only thing we can understand while reading the play is that after a long time the two lovers are meeting and they come to know about their past, but they do not reveal each other. And also in their life they had, after the departure, they had settled or they had found their life. Because of that, to hide that and to hide their mistakes, they do not reveal their identity, and this is the story. Both of them, they come to know about their identity, but they do not reveal to each other. So there is nothing much to explain. Just I will read the play, and wherever it is important, I will try to expand the reading. So there are 4 characters you can find in the play. They are Donna Laura, the old senile lady, and she is the main character or heroine of the play. Then Petra. Petra is Donna Laura's servant, or she is a maid. Okay. Then Don Gonzalo, he is the protagonist of the play or the hero of the play, and Junato is his servant. So the scene where it takes place, in a sunny morning in a retired corner of a park in Madrid in France. Okay. So in France there is a park called Madrid, and in that park during the sunny morning this scene takes place. Autumn, a bench at right. Donna Laura, a handsome white-haired old lady of about 70, refined in appearance, her bright eyes and entire manner giving evidence that despite her age, her mental faculties are unimpaired, enters leaning upon the arm of her maid Petra. In her free hand, she carries a parasol which serves also as a cane. Dear students, in the introduction part, it is said that the play's scene that takes place in the park of Madrid during the sunny morning, and it was the autumn season. You know, in autumn season you can enjoy the nature to the most. You can see you can enjoy the nature because at that time the nature looks or it appears beautiful. A bench at right. On that bench, here the old lady is referred as handsome. To whom do we call handsome? Do we call handsome to ladies or girls or women? No, we call men, right? Why here she is called as handsome? Because of her nature, because of her tomboy nature, she was called as handsome. white-haired old lady about 70. Okay, white-haired old lady about 70. She was 70 years old. Refined in appearance. She was polite in, or she was refined in her appearance. She appeared as if she is not old. She was very concentrated about her appearance. Her bright eyes and entire manner giving evidence that despite her age, her mental faculties are unimpaired. So, despite her age, her mental faculties, they are unimpaired, and enters leaning upon the arm of her maid. Her mind works, her mentality works, but her only the body that doesn't respond. In her free hand, she was carrying a parasol. Parasol in the sense a beautiful umbrella, okay, and it served as a cane too, to walk, okay. She was using that as a walking stick too. Okay, now the conversation between Donna Laura and Petra, let us see. Donna Laura: I am so glad to be here. I feared my seat would be occupied. What a beautiful morning. Petra answers, the sun is hot. Donna Laura: yes, you are only 20. She sits down on the bench. Oh, I feel more tired today than usual. Noticing Petra, who seems impatient. Go, if you wish to chat with your guard. He is not mine, Senora. He belongs to the park. Donna Laura: he belongs more to you than he does to the park. Go find him, but remain within calling distance. Petra: I see him over there waiting for me. Laura: do not remain more than 10 minutes. Petra: very well, Senora. She walks toward right, and Donna Laura calls her back. Hey, wait a moment. Petra: what does the Senora wish? Donna Laura: give me the breadcrumbs. Petra: I don't know what is the matter with me. Donna Laura smiling: if you don't know, I do. Your head is where your heart is, with the guard. Petra: here, Senora. She hands Donna Laura's a small bag. Exit Petra by right. Donna Laura: adios. Adios in the sense she tells bye. Glances towards tree at right. Here they come. They know just when to expect me. She rises, walks toward right, and throws 3 handfuls of breadcrumbs. These are for the spirits, these for the gluttons, and these for little ones which are the most persistent. She laughs. She returns to her seat and watches with a pleased expression the pigeons feeding. There, that big one is always first. I know him by his big head. Now one, now another, now 2, now 3. That little fellow is the least timid. I believe he would eat from my hand. That one takes his piece and flies up to the branch alone. He is a philosopher. But where do they all come from? It seems as if the news had spread. Don't quarrel. There is enough for all. I will bring more tomorrow. So this is the first scene that that takes place in the park of Madrid. There was a conversation between Petra and Donna Laura. Donna Laura, she comes to the park and she wished to sit on a bench, and she sits. And there Petra, she comes with the Donna Laura because her friend is meeting her there. So she comes with her, and even Donna Laura, she knew about their relationship and she allows. After Petra leaves from the place, here Donna Laura, she spends her time with the pigeons. She had the habit of serving or feeding the pigeons, okay, and when the pigeons come there, she comments on them. She comments that they are the spirits, then those are gluttons, and those for little ones. So she is dividing and she is serving. So 3 handful of breadcrumbs she is throwing towards the home towards the pigeons. Okay, and she comments on their nature. She tells that some are selfish, some are the more eaters, and some are timid, lazy, like that. Okay, while she was spending time in the Madrid park, there enters another character, the protagonist of the play, that is Don Gonzalo. Enter Don Gonzalo and Jonito from left. Don Gonzalo is an old gentleman of 70, gouty and impatient. Gouty in the sense he was painful or swelling in his joints, so he could not walk properly, and also he could not stand for a long time. And impatient. He was also impatient. He was irritated. Why? He leans upon Jonito's arm and drags his feet somewhat as he walks. So, since he could not walk, he was irritated. He wanted to sit somewhere as early as possible. And since they are the daily visitors, Donna Laura and Don Gonzalo, they are the daily visitors to the park, they had a particular bench. They used to sit in a particular bench. Usually even if we go to daily, if we go to some places, for example, it may be to the temple, or it may be to the churches, or it may be to the park, or it may be the bus. We refer one seat or one place, right? Every day we like to sit in that place itself. Same here, Don Gonzalo also was sitting in the bench, and today that bench was occupied by someone else. And who are they? Let us see. Don Gonzalo. Idling their time away, they should be saying mass. Jonito. You can sit here, Senor. There is only a lady. Donna Laura turns her head and listens. Don Gonzalo. I want Jonito. I want a bench to myself. Jonito. But there is none, sir. Gonzalo. That one over there is mine. Jonito. There are 3 priests sitting there. Don Gonzalo. Rot them out. How have they gone? Jonito. No, indeed. They are talking. Gonzalo. Just as if they were glued to the seat. No hope of their living. Come this way, Jonito. They walk toward the bird's right. Laura indignantly. Look out! Gonzalo. Are you speaking to me, Senora? Donna Laura. Yes, to you. Gonzalo. What do you wish? Laura. You have scared away the birds who are feeding on my crumbs. Gonzalo. What do I care about the birds? Donna Laura. But I do. Gonzalo. This is a public park. Laura. Then why do you complain that the priests have taken your bench? Gonzalo. Senora, we have not met. I cannot imagine why you take the liberty of addressing me. Come, Jonito. Both they go to right. Laura. What an ill-natured old man. Why must people get so fussy and cross when they reach a certain age? Looking toward right. I am glad he lost that bench. Serves him right for scaring the birds. He is furious. Yes, yes, find a seat if you can. Poor man, he is wiping the perspiration from his face. Here he comes. A carriage would not raise more dust than his feet. Entered Don Gonzalo and Jonito by right and walked toward left. Don Gonzalo. Have the priests gone yet? Jonito. Jonito. No, indeed, Senor. They are still there. So here, when Don Gonzalo, he comes to the Madrid park, he wanted to sit because he had pain in his joints and he could not walk. He was dragging his leg and he was coming. So he wanted to sit alone. He did not want to share anyone's bench, or he did not want to sit with anyone. But there no bench was left. Every day where he was sitting, that bench was now occupied by 3 priests. So he was commenting, instead of idling here their time, they would have offered the masses in the church. What are they doing in the park? This was the comment by Gonzalo, and Donato, he is trying to convince him, or he is trying to console him by saying that they are idling there, and Gonzalo, he was waiting whether they leave that bench, and when he waited for a long time, he could not wait for a long time. That's why he started to move, and he moved towards where Donna Laura was feeding her pigeons. At that time, what happens when he, while by dragging his leg when he was going, all the pigeons, they flew away. At that time, Donna Laura, she got angry. Look out! Can't you see and walk? You have scared away my birds. Like this, she starts to scold. And Don Gonzalo, already he was irritated, and he yells at Laura. He says, are you speaking to me, Senora? Yes, she said. Yes, to you itself. You have scared away the birds who were feeding on my crumbs. What I care about your birds? This is the public park. Who are you to ask me not to go here, not to go there? Then she said, huh? Is that so? You are telling that this is a public park. Why did you comment that benches are yours? This is the public park. Anybody can sit. How did you comment? She questioned. Don Gonzalo, he got irritated, and he said, Senora, look madam, we have not met. I do not know who are you, and you do not know who am I. We did not meet till now. And why simply you are pulling my leg, and are you quarreling with me? I cannot imagine why you take the liberty of addressing me. I don't know what ill-mannered lady you are, that you are simply talking to me and quarreling with me. Don Gonzalo, by saying this, both they go to the right, they move forward. At that time, Laura says, hey, what ill-natured old man is that? Why must people get so fussy cross when they reach a certain age? See here, Laura, how old she was? She was 70. And how old Gonzalo? Even he was 70. Okay, and that 70 years old lady is commenting on 70 years old man. She is saying that after crossing certain age, why people become so fussy. And what about her? Though she is 70, she is very careful, or she is conscious about her beauty and her appearance. And here she feels very happy, or she was happy because he had lost his bench and he is suffering. Gonzalo still wanted to go bench itself, and he asked Donato, his servant, whether the priest had gone. Still the priest did not go from that place. Don Gonzalo, the authorities should place more benches here for these sunny mornings. Well, I suppose I must resign myself and sit on the bench with that old lady. Muttering to himself, he sits at the extreme end of Donna Laura's bench and looks at her indignantly, touches his hat as he greets her. Good morning. Donna Laura. What? You here again? Gonzalo. I repeat that we have not met. Donna Laura. I was responding to your salute. Gonzalo. Good morning should be answered by good morning, and that is all you should have said. Laura. You should have asked permission to sit on this bench which is mine. Gonzalo. The benches are here public property. Laura. Why? You said the one the priest have was yours. Gonzalo. Very well. I have nothing more to say. Between his teeth he is saying, senile old lady. She ought to be at home knitting and counting her beads. Laura. Don't grumble anymore. I am not going to leave just to please you. Gonzalo, brushing the dust off from his shoes with his handkerchief. If the ground were sprinkled a little, it would be an improvement. Donna Laura, do you use your handkerchief as a shoe brush? Gonzalo, why not? Laura, do you use a shoe brush as a handkerchief? Gonzalo, what right you to criticize my action? What right have you to criticize my action? Donna Laura. Our neighbor's right. Jonaito. Gonzalo. Jonaito, my book. I don't care to listen to nonsense. Laura. You are very polite. Gonzalo. Pardon me, Senora, but never interfere with what does not concern you. So here what happened? Since Don Gonzalo, he did not find his bench, and since those priests have not left left that bench, finally he was convinced, or he was compromised with the situation, and he agreed to sit on Laura's bench. Why? Because there were no other bench were left over there, and also he was tired. He badly wanted to sit and take rest. So he compromised with the situation and agreed to sit on Laura's bench. And by hesitating itself, he goes and sits at the edge of the corner and says, "Good morning," without not full-heartedly, but just he has to wish. That's why he wished her, "Good morning." Donna Laura was surprised. "Huh? You are here? What? You here again? Again you came, huh?" he asked. Gonzalo. "I repeat that we have not met. Don't grumble. I am again saying I do not know who are you, and you also don't know me. Then why there is unwanted chattering or unwanted talk?" Gonzalo. "I repeat that we have not met." Laura. "I was responding to your salute." Gonzalo. "Good morning should be answered by good morning. That is the matter. Why are you talking nonsense?" Laura. "You should have asked permission." Why? Because you sat on my bench without permission. You would have asked my permission. So that again Gonzalo is saying, why I should ask your permission? This is the public property for public. It's not your property. Then Laura is saying, then how did you say that priests are sitting, that is yours? Did you pay for that, or it is your park? Say like that. She questioned. For each and every word, for each and every dialogue, she wished to quarrel with the Gonzalo. Very well, whatever it may be. Now it's better to keep quiet. I have nothing more to say. I don't want to argue with her. I don't want to argue with you, or I don't want to talk to you. Between his teeth he is yelling, or he is scolding. "Senile old lady, you old lady, she ought to be at home knitting and counting her beads. Instead of sitting at home and counting, doing her rosary, this old nonsense lady is coming here and arguing by himself. He is scolding." Dora. "Don't grumble anymore. Don't grumble. I am not going to leave just to please you. Don't think that I am going to leave this bench just to please you. I am not going. This is my bench." She is showing her authority or power on him. Then brushing the dust from his shoes with his handkerchief. Here look at the behavior, or look at the manners of that old man. He used to, because it is the autumn season and it was sunny morning, so there was dust, and while dragging his leg, he raised dust, so that dust was on his shoes. So he was cleaning that dust with what? With his handkerchief. And for that also Donna Laura, she commented. What did she comment? "Do you use your handkerchief as a shoe brush? Are you using handkerchief as a shoe brush? What a surprise," she is saying. "Why? Why not? Why can't I use?" Laura. "Do you use a shoe brush as a handkerchief? Oh, you are using handkerchief as a shoe brush, then shoe brush as your handkerchief, right?" She questions him. "What right have you to criticize my action? Can't you sit quiet? Why can't you? Why are you interfering in all the matters? Can't you sit quiet? Who are you to ask me? Whatever I do, I wish I will do that. Who are you to ask me?" For that, Donna Laura is saying, "I am your neighbor. Because you are sitting beside me, so I am your neighbor. So I have the right to ask." For each and everything, Donna Laura, she is commenting on or arguing with him. Gonzalo, he asked the book with Jonaito, and he tells that he tells with him that he did not want to listen for all those nonsense. For that also Laura says, "You are very polite." Gonzalo, "Pardon me, Senora, but never interfere with what does not concern you." Pardon me, why are you interfering in all the matters? Can't you sit quiet and do your work? Laura, I generally say what I think, and more to the same effect. Give me the book, Jonaito. Don Gonzalo, and more to the same effect. Give me the book, Jonaito. Jonaito, here, Senor. Jonaito takes a book from his pocket, hands it to Don Gonzalo, then exits by right. Don Gonzalo, casting indignant glances at Donna Laura, puts on an enormous pair of glasses, takes from his pocket a reading glass, adjusts both to suit him, and opens his book. Donna Laura, I thought you were taking out a telescope. Gonzalo, was that you? Donna Laura, your sight must be keen. Gonzalo, keener than your sees. Laura, yes, evidently. Don Gonzalo, ask the hares and partridges. Donna Laura, oh, do you hunt? Don Gonzalo, I did, and even now. Donna Laura, oh, yes, of course. Don Gonzalo, yes, Senora, every Sunday I take my gun and dog, you understand, and go to one of my estates near Aravaka and kill time. Donna Laura, yes, kill time, that is all you kill? Gonzalo, do you think so? I could show you a wild boar's head in my study. Donna Laura, yes, and I could show you a tiger skin in my boudoir. What does that prove? Don Gonzalo, very well, Senora. Please allow me to read. Enough conversation. Here, Don Gonzalo and Donna Laura's speech that slowly that turns towards a conversation, or it turned towards a friendly conversation or a smooth conversation. Till here they were grumbling, and now slowly it is becoming a friendly conversation. So here after Gonzalo asked Jonaito to give his book, he took the book because he did not want to spend, or he did not want to speak with the that old lady or that quarreling lady. So he wanted to spend his time by reading the book. Since he was 70 years old, he could not read the book without the glasses. So when he got the book from his pocket, he took his casting indignant glances. He puts on an enormous pair of glasses. Okay, enormous pair, a huge pair of glasses he wears, and takes from his pocket a reading glass and adjusts both to suit him. So one thing is he was wearing the specs, and above that also in his hand he had a reading glass, and he was adjusting with those letters. By looking at that, for that also Laura comments, "Oh, I think you are taking a telescope. You are using the telescope. You know why the telescope is used, right?" And she is commenting like that. Gonzalo, was that you? Huh? Again are you speaking? What I said to you? It is better you keep quiet. Do not talk the matter which is not concerned to you. Again he, the way of his talking, that suggests the same thing. Donna Laura, your sight must be a keen. I think you are keen sighted. Gonzalo, keener than yours is? Yes, of course, keener than yours is. What's wrong then? Oh, is it so? Evidently, truly, you have a keen sight. If you have doubt, then ask those hares and partridges, rabbit and birds. Hares in the sense rabbit, partridges in the sense bird. Oh, then are you hunting? Of course, I did. and even now, even still I am hunting every Sunday, you know, I am going to the estates of Arvaka with my gun and dog, and there I kill my time. So here when he said that I kill my time, Donna Laura catches the same point and says, oh, you are killing the time. That means you are only able to kill the time, not the animals, that she says. And again there she is pulling his leg. That is all you kill, Gonzalo? Do you think so? Don't underestimate me, don't talk like that. Do you think that I am killing the time only? If you want, then come to my house. I will show you a wild boar's head in my study. In my room I have kept the wild boar's head. Wild boar in the sense the pig, wild pig. Okay, it's a head I kept in my room. For that Laura is saying, oh, is that so? Then you come to my board here or come to my room. I will show you a tiger skin in my room. That means whether I killed the tiger. Here for each and everything she is commenting. Don Gonzalo, very well Sonora, now don't argue. Please allow me to read. Enough conversation. Enough. I don't want to chat with you or I don't want to talk to you. I want to read. Laura, well, you subside then. Of course you can. I don't have any objections. Gonzalo, but first I shall take a pinch of snuff. Takes out snuff box. Will you have some? Offers box to Donna Laura. Donna Laura, if it is good. Gonzalo, it is of the finest. You will like it. Donna Laura, taking a pinch of snuff. It clears my head. Gonzalo, and mine? Donna Laura, do you sneeze? Don Gonzalo, yes Sonora, 3 times. Donna Laura, and so do I. What a coincidence. After taking the snuff, they await the sneezes, both anxiously and sneeze alternately 3 times each. Don Gonzalo, there I feel better. Laura, so do I. Aside, the snuff has made peace between us. Gonzalo, you will excuse me if I read aloud? Laura, read as loud as you please. You will not disturb me. Don Gonzalo reading. All love is sad, but sad as it is the best thing that we know. That is from Campoamor. Don Gonzalo reading again. The daughters of the mothers I once loved kiss me now as they would a graven image. Those lines, I take it, are in a humorous vein. Laughing, I take them so too. So here, after the conversation, Don Gonzalo, he wished to be separate or he wished to read his book, and he continues or he decides to read the book and stop talking with the old lady or Donna Laura. And Don Gonzalo, he says, before he starts reading, he wanted to have this snuff, and he was saying that I want to take a pinch of snuff. And see, though they were quarreling with each other, he was ready, he offers a pinch of snuff to whom? To Donna Laura also. Do you wish to have snuff? Gonzalo, if it is finest, then only I will like to take. Then taking the pinch of snuff, Laura says, really? If I take this, definitely it clears my head. And Gonzalo says, even mine. Yeah, even mine. Of course, it's the common thing. Then Laura asks, do you sneeze? Yes, Sonora, I sneeze 3 times. Really? What a coincidence. Even I sneeze 3 times. Both they take snuff and they wait for sneeze, and both of them they sneeze alternatively 3 times each. And there both of them they were relaxed and said that, I feel relaxed now. And also she opined, or she said that, aside she said, this snuff has made peace between us. Till there they were quarreling, and now they became friends. Who made them friends? That pinch of snuff that made them friends. You will excuse me if I read aloud, Gonzalo said. If I read loud, do you have any problem? You will excuse me, right? Now, Donna Laura, she was quarreling that much. She was questioning each and everything. And now she is saying, if you want to read how much loud also, you read. I don't have any problem, she said. And now, he started to read first from a Campomore's book. All love is sad, but sad as it is the best thing that we know. He was reading about love, and all this is you can see all this conversation is introduction for the story of their young young age or to their past. And see here, usually lovers, how do they meet? First they meet or first they quarrel, then they fall in friendship, and then that friendship turns to love. Here also what happens? First they were unknown people, and then they become friends, and then later they come to know about their past. So this is the way they become friends, and later they come to know about each other's story. And how do they come to know, and why they separated, that let us see in the next class.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.